this game kind of cracks me up, but I love it. I absolutely love it. And this is just what makes college football so special, because now we come into week 3 and this is one of the biggest games of the week, ironically. And it's just insane how it happens. But I'll tell you how it happens is that USF looks legit. The fact that the Bulls are coming in to this game off of 2 ranked wins, right? They absolutely boat race Boise State at home. A shocker to some. Now, a lot of people had them winning that game. I know a good amount of people that were pretty confident that Boise State wasn't going to be quite the same without Ashton Jeanty, and Alex Golish has clearly been on the up and up at South Florida. But the fashion in which they did it definitely caught me by surprise. And defensively, they looked physical. They looked athletic. They looked lengthy, dominant. Offensively, they started off a little slow and sputtered here and there. But once Byron Brown settled in, the scheme settled in, and the run game started to find some rhythm, that offense looked great too. And that rocket tempo hurts teams badly. Then they go into week 2. They travel to the Swamp. They beat the Gators, unbeknownst to most people. I don't know anyone that said that they were going to win it. I mentioned that I thought it was going to be close. It could have been a trap game. I thought Florida would maybe pull away late third quarter or early fourth quarter. That didn't happen. USF deserved to win that football game. They were the better team. They were the much better coach team by a mile. And truthfully, the biggest thing for me was conditioning. So pivoting that into this game, when I talk about USF and when I look at their offense in specific, it is tempo, tempo, tempo. They were the more conditioned team than Florida was. Florida's hands were on their hips. Now, don't get me wrong, that USF offensive line was tired, but those guys are used to this. They are conditioned for this. They're trained for this. They're ready for it. It's going to be hot. It's going to be muggy. It's going to be humid. Again, something they're used to. This is the climate they play in. They're not too far from Miami Gardens. So, look, I am curious to see if that tempo can, again, maybe it starts slow when Miami still got fresh bodies out there, right? The game just started. But as the game continues on and they can start to put together some first downs and sustain a drive, when Miami's 9 plays straight within under 2 minutes and they can't sub anybody in because that rocket tempo is just go, 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 how does that wear and how does that start to beat down on that Miami defense? All right. They have not played a team. Now, Notre Dame did utilize, funny enough, Mike Denbrock and Notre Dame's offense did utilize a little bit of tempo here and there, but it was not to the level that USF runs it at. So super curious to see that on the offensive side. More than that, Byron Brown and Neptune, can they run the ball effectively? Look, my biggest fear is in the trenches. Miami's defensive line has been, for me, the best unit on this team thus far this season. They've looked good as a team as a whole, but that defensive line is physical, man. They get the job done, and they can get back there on the edges. They have talent and speed, so it's going to be interesting if USF can run the football. Now, that the saving grace to that would be the tempo and just trying their best to wear them down. What that does in turn, though, is that puts a lot of pressure on a USF defense that shut Florida down. Now, here's the catch to that, is that Billy Napier and Miami offense coordinator Shannon Dawson are not one and the same. These are not going to be similar offenses. Miami's offensive line, I would argue, is probably better than Florida's. That offensive line was moving Notre Dame backwards. They are big up front, they are powerful, and they can run the ball. And when you think about Carson Beck, his decision-making, his awareness, his experience, I think that's going to be the key for Miami. Defensively, Corey Heatherman, the tenacity that unit plays with, the confidence they play with, it's going to be fun to watch. And Miami's going to be ready for this football game. So, again, man, there's a lot to this. Miami offensively, it's the consistency in the run game. How effectively can they do it? It shouldn't be an issue. I think the pass game will just be complimentary, and I don't think Carson Beck's going to need to do anything incredible. Florida wasn't able to really threaten or stretch the ball deep enough to ever really concern USF. It just felt like it was never even a game plan to throw the ball more than 20 yards down the field or look anywhere else but tight ends. So Shannon Dawson will scheme guys open. I think this Miami offense is just extremely talented, loads of weapons, young, but still loads of weapons, and just having a gunslinger and really a decision maker like Carson Beck's going to be big for them against the USF defense that's going to have to understand that this ain't going to be the same offense as last week. So that's really it for the preview, you guys. I mean, I think this is an extremely entertaining game because USF is going to come in here and they are going to play with a mindset and confidence level that they can compete with any team in the country. And they've shown it thus far against 2 ranked teams. So super curious to see what they do in this game. Alex Golish will have these guys ready to play. The mindset's that, hey, we think we're better. We think we can win. It's no longer an underdog mindset. It's seriously, this is a big primetime game for us. On the Miami side, I think the best case scenario for Miami, truthfully, not only for resume, but even just for the mental psyche, was the fact that USF beat Florida. And ironically, Miami plays Florida the following week. So next week, we'll probably do a video on that game. So curious to see if USF puts both of these teams in a blender and really throws their season off of track. But look, I just think Mario Cristobal is going to have Miami ready to play. I'm going to give you my prediction. I got Miami winning this game. I got Miami winning. I have Miami covering the spread. That's no disrespect. I'm not a USF doubter or hater. I just think USF's heat streak here and beating 2 ranked teams in a row has put Miami on mission critical. Like, they are not coming into this game with any intention to lose it. They are not going to oversleep or overstep this one on the schedule. They're ready. They know the team they play next week actually just lost to the team they're playing this week, regardless of the decal on the helmet, whether that's conference or a Gator or a Bull, whatever it is. It's a big one. Mario Cristobal's team will be ready to play, and I'm taking the Canes to win this game and cover the spread. So let me know what you guys think. Again, I do think USF will come out inspired. They're going to play hard, but Miami is loaded top to bottom. So I think Miami's just a more talented and better team than anyone USF has seen thus far. And more than that, they're just a much better coached football team. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. We are extremely close to 800 subscribers. So if you haven't already, do me a favor. If you guys like the content or you want to support it and keep watching, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, let me know what you think. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Appreciate y'all.